Hey guys, what's up? Alpha Lion Simba here, and welcome to a new segment on my channel. Now you know I'm all about the animals. I've talked about tame animals, wild animals, and extinct animals, but now it's time for me to dive into a realm of animals that I've never talked about before, and that is mythical animals. Because no doubt mythology, literature, and movies have given us some really good mythical animals. So this segment is called Magnificent and Mythological. And among the best known mythological animals are dragons. But to be specific, this episode will be on Chinese dragons, because dragons play a huge part in Chinese culture and mythology. So, grab some Kung Pao chicken and some rice, because with no further ado, let's discuss Chinese dragons. The dragon is the only mythological animal in the Chinese zodiac. And in China, becoming a dragon is considered a blessing. And there are 360 scaly creatures in Chinese mythology, and the dragon is considered the king of the animals. According to their mythology, Chinese dragons lay only one egg at a time, and each dragon egg takes 1,000 years to hatch. And Chinese dragons are shapeshifters that can change into the form of a man, shrink themselves down to a mouse, or expand until they fill up the space between heaven and the earth. And it was a compliment to refer to someone as dragon face in China. Many founding emperors of dynasties were described as having dragon faces. It was considered a lucky sign indicating their future greatness. The dragon is the emblem representing the Chinese emperor, while the phoenix represents the empress. Together, the dragon and the phoenix are used as symbols of marital harmony. And all Chinese dragons have 9 distinct features: the head of a camel, the scales of a carp, the horns of a stag, the eyes of a rabbit, the ears of a bull, the neck of a snake, the belly of a clam, the paws of a tiger, and the claws of an eagle. And the ancient Chinese thought that glass was solidified dragon breath. And the myths of dragons in China probably came when ancient Chinese people found dinosaur bones. Now then, let's have a look at some of the more famous dragons of Chinese mythology. First up is Gong Gong. According to Chinese mythology, Gong Gong is the dragon god of water. He's the reason why the rivers in China flow eastward towards the Pacific Ocean, and why the earth tilted on its axis. Gong Gong is often frustrated with his minor job of running errands to the court of heaven. But together with Xiang Yao, a 9-headed giant serpent, Gong Gong rampages across China, damming up rivers, creating floods, and polluting the land. However, neither Gong Gong nor Xiang Yao could defeat the powers of heaven or Gong Gong's father, Zhu Rong. Zhu Rong was able to kill Xiang Yao, but the serpent's blood stank so much that it polluted the soil when it soaked. When Gong Gong realized that Zhu Rong was unstoppable, he threw himself into Mount Buzhu, one of the 8 pillars holding up the heavens. The mountain broke in two, and the earth shifts on its axis. And, according to the Chinese mythology, that's why its rivers flow eastward, and why the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Another famous dragon of Chinese mythology is Futeng Lung. He lives deep within the earth, and he guards all the precious gems and priceless metals. He possesses a magic pearl that multiplies when touched. Since the pearl represents wisdom, it's considered the most valuable of all the dragon's treasures. In modern-day Hong Kong, there's an apartment complex that was built near a mountain where Futeng Lung lives. The complex was designed with a large gap in the middle so that Futeng Lung's ocean view would remain unobstructed and his goodwill would be maintained. Like most Chinese dragons, Futeng Lung is benevolent until offended. He must be treated with respect and reverence so that he does not unleash his incredible temper. Volcanoes are formed when Futeng Lung bursts from the earth and reports to heaven. The final famous dragon in Chinese mythology that I will discuss is Shen Lung, the spiritual dragon who has control over the winds and the rains that affect all the crops grown in China. The right amount of rain is essential for healthy crops, so it also gave Shen Lung the authority over life and death in China. Ancient Chinese people gave offerings to Shen Lung to assure a bountiful harvest. Because of his great power, Shen Lung sometimes grew lazy over the years and would shrink himself to the size of a mouse to avoid work and hide. When lightning struck a house or tree, it was said that it was because the thunder god was sending his servant to search for Shen Lung. Like all Chinese dragons, Shen Lung is benevolent but bad-tempered, and the worst floods in Chinese history were said to have been unleashed by Shen Lung when he was offended by a mortal. And they said that Shen Lung's voice was said to be heard in hurricanes, and his claws can be seen in flashes of lightning. And it was said that when Shen Lung was sick, the rain had a distinctly fishy smell. Well, that was it. My first episode of Magnificent and Mythological on Chinese dragons. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Leave requests in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Alpha Lion Simba,